Hey guys, Kev here, and I have packages. Well, I have one package that I would like to open, and I'm very excited about it. This one is from our friends over at Remette Knife. They were kind enough to send one of these my way. I remember when this released originally, it looked very cool, and I guess they sold out. So they did another run. And that's what we have here. Check out this packaging. Pretty slick. This is the Remette RT Peregrine Falcon knife. RTT1-B, new, and it is made in China. And they are making some ridiculously nice knives over there. So, let's check them out. They have this cool sleeve on here. And then we have a pouch. Okay. And then we have the knife. Now, this has one really cool feature on it that makes it stand out for me. Now, I actually got to check this out, I think, at Blade Show. I went by the TACCOM table, and Shane, who runs TACCOM Knives, also helps out with Remette, I guess, at shows and whatnot. And he had some of their models there, and this was one of them. And I was really interested in it because this is a pivot lock system. And we have been seeing a lot of this around. But look at that. It's also a liner lock. So not only do we have a button to disengage and, I guess, deploy the knife, we also have a liner lock. So guess what that means, folks? That means we have a real detent. And my God, this is a fad I love. Now, I've been talking about this more and more lately because more and more companies are doing it. All different ways of doing it. I don't care how they do it, whether it's a regular button over here and then a liner lock, or a button and a compression lock, or a button attached to a liner that's attached to the back spacer that's ultimately a compression lock, or it's attached to the pivot system and then a liner lock, or like Vosteed with the Enkilo, they have their own pivot lock design with an integral lock bar in there with magnetic stuff going on and a real detent. I don't care how you do it. There's a million ways to slice up a pie. That's not the saying. There's a million ways to skin a cat. And I don't care which way you do it. If it involves a real detent and a button, I'm in. Okay? So I'm excited about this. And this knife in particular is just really nice looking. We have the M390s on this bad boy. We have these gold accents. Look at that. Titanium is anodized gold. You don't see a really solid gold color anymore on Anno. You just don't see it often. Usually they go for bronze and then they get it wrong. This is gold and they nailed it. The centering looks pretty close. I have to say it's a little off. It's over to this side. We'll see if that's, something going on here, just a little loose, whatever. I am going to do a separate video disassembling this. I'll see if I can get skiffs in here. I'm going to do a video showing how the lock works because I want to do all that. I am going to pass this around after, but this is one of those where I still want to take it apart to show you guys what's going on because I'm really excited. There's this little slot right here, and I'm pretty sure that's so you can use some UV glue and put a tritium vial in there. Now, we could actually test that out and put one here. I have some extra tritium. What do you guys think? When we do the disassembly, I could go ahead and try gluing some tritium into these holes. And I think that would be pretty cool to showcase how that's supposed to look. And we can see if that's actually what it's for. Let's give it a flick left-handed. Now that is a detent, fellas and ladies. That felt great. That felt really good. And now I have options. I could just, oh my God. do that. I could do that. Could flick it out then, right-handed, and then go, oh, I like the nail drop. Oh, guys, you know what's really cool about this? It feels like a normal liner lock when you do that, right? Like it feels like I'm disengaging it, and then I got to shake it a little bit to close. But if you want to use the button, it just swings down, right? So you get both feelings. You get the droppies if you want them, and you get the regular liner feel if you want that. Now, it's hard to check for play because you can't really push on the button. I don't think I feel anything there. The button like rotates a little bit, but I think that's just normal stuff here. And then there's your pivot. So I do wonder, how do you take it apart? I guess you have to, do you thumb unscrew this? Right, you would have to, you would think, to get it loose. But we're going to check that out in a later video. There's no detent lash of any kind. Yeah, just a little off. I don't know, maybe that's the grind? Nah, I think it's just a little bit over. So we'll see if maybe skiffs help, if I can get them in. Oh, but it's one of these pivot locks, so it might have some crazy bearings in there. We'll see. But man, that detent is solid as all get out. Now, I gotta say, the front flipper, let me get a little more action on it here. Okay, I slipped off of it that first time. Now, you can see it's not jimped up and around. I really, really like it when they add that extra jimping, or at least add one more here on the corner so that I can get a nice grip, because I can just slide right over this, unfortunately, right? And then this jimping is not very sharp because they have a really good finish on here. It's like a frosted finish. It does kind of look like a bead blast, but I believe they did a little polishing on top of that because it looks nicer than a bead blast. But actually, yeah, see, it almost looks like a hand satin. Like, look at the flats. It almost looks like a hand satin with a polish over top. What some people would call a frosted finish, like Leon Ma would call it that. So I think it's a little nicer than just a bead blast. But if it is just a bead blast, then, you know, the rust issues could come into play for me. Now, I'm noticing when I flick it lefty, because of the button, I can feel it kind of hit, and then, like, I think I just feel the button kind of locking out. So it feels kind of, I don't want to say, like, rattly. It's not rattly. It's just, you know, I have my finger on the button. So if I get off the button, yeah, there's no way to do that. It's hard to be off the button. There, you can see I disengaged it when I did it. So that's one downside. For a lefty, it might not be as easy to reverse flick. Now, I haven't, like, knocked it back down or anything. If I just rest my finger calmly, it does allow it to lock back up. So I still think it's passable left-handed. Thumb flick works. Reverse flick works. Oop, front flip works. I do want a little more jimping up here just to get a little bit better grip on there. It's a little rough on my thumb just because I'm really having to catch that corner. Right-handed, a little bit easier, but it's more that I'm watching where my thumb is. Yeah, my thumb is, this is she's nasty. Just growing back all weird because I've been dropping knives on that nail for years now. But yeah, wow. How fidgety is this thing, man? Take a look at some of the details. I mean, look at this milling right here. You got these sort of pivot collar areas. Nice dark bronze. Look at that. That's a dark bronze, right? Yeah, it's got like almost a brownish look to it. Very dark brownish. They also have like I think a flame tie one. Then you have anodized backspacer and clip. Very light. Very, very light. You have lots of milling in there. See if I can get you a little bit of light here. See that? The big triangles of milling in there. Yeah, lots of milling on both sides. And then it's literally just a lock bar mounted in there. You just have like a liner lock bar. Man, that's really fun because, you know, you get a knife like this. Sometimes you just want to sit there and you want to fidget like crazy. So you do this, right? Or maybe your nail gets jacked up because you keep dropping blades on it, right? So you want to switch over to the button so you don't have to hit your nail with it, right? Maybe you get bored of the button, so you switch over to the liner. I mean, it's really satisfying. And the D10 is crisp. I mean, hopefully it comes through. Oops. Yeah. And they have this fuller in there as well, so you can get it even down here, right? The thumb flick is surprisingly easy. I thought it would be harder. And the liner lock, they did a good job with giving you access there. That's what I was worried about, that it would be, you wouldn't have any access. But they cut it back, and then they chamfered both sides, right? Very nice. If this was just a liner lock, I would still absolutely love this knife. If this was just a button lock actuated liner lock and the liner was hidden, I would still love this knife. The fact that they give you both options to disengage it is really, really slick. The ergonomics, yeah, these are really comfortable, dude. Wow. This is impressive, dude. Remette is, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, or whenever it was, when Remette came on the scene, they started with selling $25 knives, I think. They were like $20, $30 budget knives. They offered to send me one. Or no, they reached out and they said, hey, are you interested? And I was like, you know. And they were like, well, if you buy it, we'll PayPal you back or whatever. And, you know, I said, no, I don't do that. If a company wants to send me stuff, I will 100% appreciate it. But I don't want to do that whole reimburse thing. It feels weird to me. And so I kind of just, you know, forgot about them for a while. And then I started seeing them, you know, they were sending stuff to Stasa. And I think I saw thumbnails from Metal Complex. And these knives just kept getting nicer and nicer looking. I mean, you go from a $30 just G10, I think, or FRN budget knife to this titanium with beautiful anodization and all new, like a locking system that they developed, right? I know other people are doing this, but this is their own version of it, right? Yeah, I'm very glad that I was able to get in contact with them again. And, you know, now they were willing to just send the knife. And I got to check out that Swordfish, the really cool gravity knife they had. And then they offered to send me this one. And I think they have something else in the works they were talking about as well. So, yeah, I'm glad I got on board because, hot damn, these are fire. These are fire. Let's check it out. I think they're somewhere around $250 on Amazon. They also have a direct link to their website, so I will put both. And I have a discount code, actually. It is LeftyEDC. Gets you 5% off store-wide on Remette knife. Here's the Peregrine Falcon. Let's just see. So on Amazon right now, this version is $235. They have 20 left, 14 left in this version with lightning anno. I didn't want to check that. They let me pick, and I avoided this one because you guys know how I feel about lightning anno. But those of you who love it, that does look good. You know, if that was Mokutai, I'd be all over it. Tiger stripe looks cool too. Looks like a really well done flame anno. And then you can go to Remette Knife. You can go to their website instead. And I don't know if the code LeftyEDC will work on Amazon, but they have different versions. It looks like they have this full lightning anno version on their website, and it looks like $245. So I think this one right now is $10 cheaper on Amazon. Yeah, $235 for these two. So you basically are saving $10 right now if you go on Amazon. But if you use the code LeftyEDC on their website, you'll save 5%, which will come out to roughly the same amount. I mean, 5% of $245 would be what? 20% would be, 10% would be $24.50. So what's half of that, right? $12.25. So it'll actually be slightly cheaper on their website, depending on shipping, right? If shipping's free on Amazon, it might be cheaper to go there. They have so many cool knives. The Kingfisher, I got to handle that one at Blade. It looked awesome. I have not seen this one yet. The Chameleon, that looks sick. This one, this was the one I originally reached out to them about like a month ago. I was like, I really want to try this Wild Species or whatever. I haven't been able to, but it looks amazing. So really cool stuff. And then they have some more affordable stuff as well. So they have options there. And they had some prototypes at the show. One of them was an integral. And just wait. There's some really sick stuff coming from Remette. So yeah, guys, needless to say, I'm impressed with their work. I've been happy with the communication and all of that stuff, talking to them. By the way, the thickness on this is good. That's always my concern with these pivot locks. They tend to be thick on some knives. This one feels good in the hand. The ergos are actually really good. I wouldn't mind a little bit of jimping up here, you know, or here. You have a little bit back here from the front flipper, but it's not really meant for, you know, that. The edge feels sharp. Flat grind. Decently tall grind, so it's going to cut well, you know. This is definitely a looker, but you could certainly use it. And that front flipper is good as long as you pay attention to where you're putting your thumb and you fire it, right? But if you get to the top and miss, it does hurt a little bit. So that's one bit of feedback. But other than that, I love this thing, man. I'm really impressed. So, yeah, we'll do a disassembly shortly. And we'll see if we can get that perfectly centered or not. I mean, if I paid for this and got it, that would bug me. I'll be honest. I'd probably send it back to get a new one. Is it the end of the world? No, most people won't care at all. But we'll see when we get to take it apart. You know, we'll see if we can just take care of that. But that and the front flipper are my little critiques. Other than that, man, nice clip retention, great detent retention, detent, no lash at all. The button works really well. I mean, it's nice to have that option, isn't it? So it's a button lock, and then bang, real detent. That's just so cool. Yeah. So stay tuned for the disassembly coming very soon. And check it out. Get it while you can, because they said they went fast last time. So they expect these to go pretty quick. I think they've been up for a little bit, so I might be late to the party on the video, but I just got it the other day. I haven't had time. I told them I'd get something up as quick as I could, but beautiful knife. I love the design, too. I'm a Tanto guy if it's the right Tanto. This one and this one are the two Tantos that, lately that I really like aesthetically. I'm not normally like, I don't love every Tanto, but Tanto, whatever. Depending on it, I can love a Tanto. This is one of my favorite knives, the Scaphoid. And I do really like that blade shape. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll put the links down there. I'll put the code down there. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, hit me in the comments. I love you. Big shout out to Remette. You know, they've supported the channel by sending stuff. They've been blasting memberships in my live streams. So, you know, cool shit. I love you guys. Hope you have a great day. And I'll catch you later. Peace.